Good afternoon and welcome back, or maybe welcome to the Essex Sport Arena. Slightly delayed start, but Malory Eagles UEL Part 2. We've just seen a 5-set thriller on the men's. Will the women copy suit? Two teams, like the men, already qualified for the Final Four in Crystal Palace, but both teams will want to take the first big step in March at crunch time to take a big 3 points. Mike Huntsmice, delighted to be joined by Ben Osborne.
Hello, good afternoon, thank you for having me.
Ben, before we touch upon it, we've got to talk about it. What a game of volleyball that was, though.
Yeah, have we got to talk about it? I don't know. Yeah, it was a good game. I mean, went right down to the wire, and Malory played some really good game, played a lot of good defence, so credit to them,
As we now have a look at our players of the game, and we'll start with the Essex Rebels and the middle, Kat Tolley. Obviously super experienced, been in the system a long time, coming towards the end of her Rebels journey, potentially. I know there's maybe not quite done, but just talk about Kat's experience and leadership for this group.
Yeah, so obviously a lot of Super League experience, all of last year being a starter in the Super League, the year before as well, a lot of time spent on the court. So obviously she's got that experience of playing time, but also, that experience of being against Malory in Final Four last year. We remember when they played them and went 2 sets up and then reverse sweep. So I think especially playing against Malory, there's that experience there and that sort of hunger to deliver some justice on last year, I think.
And obviously, part of the middle rotation, big opportunity for Kat and Saskia Furchfield to step up with Haney, but it's a position where Alex Chinnery does have some depth.
Yeah, especially, I know, in the middle they've got a lot of depth.
The setter, Georgia McGovern, came in after Christmas, obviously the England starting setter as well. D3 career, made a Final Four, made tournament team in the end. What a big addition that was for Malory to be able to add someone of that calibre into the lineup at Christmas.
Yeah, well, definitely, and especially a setter, a setter's arguably the most vital player on court, so to have someone that has all that wealth of knowledge and experience playing overseas, now controlling your team and running the offence, I think that's really going to put them in good stead for today.
At the Essex Sport Arena, Super League Live, final game of the season, and we are underway with an ace as Borvek passes into the back of her unexpected teammate, Taya Chamberlain.
Yeah, I don't think she meant that. I don't think Taya really appreciated that.
This Essex fearsome attackers, Sierra, pinch perfect pass, Callum into the block. As Boyce can tip over, Simmons has to play defense, so Rebels out of system. Diaz Fonte picks out McGovern, Boyce with the lefty tip. As Diaz Fonte again picks up McGovern. Sierra, Borovec with another dig, another long rally, as touch on the block is not given, and Malory take the 4-1 lead.
Even though there.
Sophie, she's going back to serve. Simmons tries to go Diaz Fonte, but again picks up Sierra. Malory not quite on the same page offensively, have to tip it over. Diaz Fonte seeing a lot of ball early, but into the block of Kellum.
I think they're doing a good job blocking Infante at the moment. When she was hitting through 2 there, you could see they were sort of taking line, funneling her cross right into the lap of McGovern. So they're doing a good job on their blocking system thus far, is the Malory Eagles.
YouTube, because he nearly caused some harm to her. And I don't think if that had connected, she would have heard about that. As Malory get the kit block, Rebels recycle, Shamling goes push, McGovern gets to it, Callum's going to be able to set. She's go denied by Simmons and Tolley.
That's a good block. I mean, just waiting and seeing where the attacker is aiming there. You see the wait and stop, take away that
Simmons
space.
With it. Joe Simmons, as a setter, 4th in the Super League in blocks per set.
Touch from, I think it was Weldon there, putting up a set. It's got to be better. It's got to put your attackers in a position to score. Diaz
Fonte on a mini slide as the fight at the net. It's going to come back on the Malory side there. Fully set up. Kellum has to wait for it. Weldon with the dig. Shamblin's going to push deep into the corner. Allen has to wait. Another dig by Borovec. Neither team able to get a full swing on it. Simmons with the dig, so another huge rally. McGovern goes middle to Boyce. joust, one at the net by Steph Boyce, and Malory Eagles are running away with it.
Yeah, I think you really got to try and keep it away from Sierra there, soaking all those balls up all day long in the back row.
MAAREE Women's Super League today in sets. Can they pull it out? Potentially, as McGovern is scrambling. It's going to be a free ball. Kellum and Sierra nearly get in each other's way. And kill by Freda Schofield down the middle, her first of the day.
Well, that's important, capitalising on those free balls, not giving Malory anything to work with.
Can she do it again? Rebels down set point, Allen. Boyce into the block. Tolley and Diaz-Infante can't scramble it, and Malory Eagles felt like they dominated the set and scraped over the line 25-23.
I don't think that score does them justice, really. I felt like Malory were quite dominant in that set, not only on the service line, but especially through their offense as well, defense, in all facets of their game, really. So I think it's a good showing from the Rebels that they're still able to make it that close. To not see her in the first set, but it paid dividends, he still won.
As Kellum, she's going into the block. No changes for the Rebels as Diaz-Infante beats Allen on the cross court. As the Rebels get on the board in set number 2 by realising he made a bit of an error and correcting it instantly. Simmons goes quick and finds Freda Schofield. There's the middle connection for the Rebels.
Yeah, and that's it. You see the middle just being available in the air there, being up in the air, opening up shoulders. It gives Simmons a space to set into.
As Allen is going to pull McGovern way off the line, but Allen takes no prisoner. Big swing against Weldon.
Yeah, I think maybe the Rebels blockers being a little bit passive there, thinking, she's off the net, but still able to deliver a powerful swing. So far, what hasn't?
Shambling, tough angle. It's going to pick out. She's going. Malory again, trying to go through the middle. Lawrence with an early center dump. Sierra with a big pickup, but the Rebels will get a free ball out of it. Tolley takes the free ball there for the middle. Shambling finds Sierra. McGovern going to try and be aggressive, and the ball just goes wide.
Eagles, sorry.
And that's the worst hitting error to get on your stats too, right? You just want to get ball in play. As Allen forced the ball over the baseline, Sierra's going to have a relatively good set from the back row. Rebels defense again scrambling. Borowek, however, into the block of Lazard.
Yeah, I don't think that was just any old block. That was an absolute shutdown. Nowhere to go.
Going up with McGovern. 43 blocks, make that 44 on the season for Grace Lazard. Just Malory Portia of the London Lionhearts. Shambling again being tested in, receive another block. Lazard will get it back and make no mistake.
Yeah, we're just seeing the Lazard show here now. Block after block, and then just a kill to top it all off.
Newcastle.
I think that's what they're looking forward to more than the outcome of this game.
McGovern to serve. Borowek again, not quite set balance-wise, but Pat Tolley says, Grace Lazard, I can do what you can do. Monster block for Tolley. Going up with Diaz-Infante. Malory trying to win it. Whitaker's plays it early in service receive, has to tip. Cruz is going to call for it. Kellum to Lazard. Recycle ball. Allen gets hand. Simmons and Priestley able to keep it alive, but Malory another chance. Allen's going to play it. Cross court swing. Still no winner. Diaz-Infante wins it going down the line. As no lib in the back row to help rescue. To try and just get a couple of points here in a row to get some momentum as Tolley one-handed stab. Diaz-Infante misses the antenna, and that is set number 2 to the Malory Eagles, 25-15. And they look like they're going to put... making more changes yet again. So they are starting with Jaden Scott on serve. Lawrence, tip by Borovic. Cruz into the block. Batiste, fresh into the game, recycled, and some sort of a free-ish ball for the Rebels as Diaz Infante finds the kill over Cruz.
It's a great swing. Again there, I do feel like I have a Rebels setter there. Had the option to go middle. Still choosing not to, choosing to go to the pins. But the pins, especially Borovic's, seeing a lot of double blocks here against her. Opted to go off the hands, trying to go high line maybe. That's the better option.
McGovern back to Allen. Never touch at the net by the Rebels. Malory pushed the ball up, but can't rescue it. Was Allen. And the Rebels bench and crowd just starting to creep into this one. Season for Selena. Nearly gets 10 as Borovic scrambling. Malory have a chance to tie it up at 7 apiece. Scott on the slide finds the tight angle to try and avoid the block that Tolly had set up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good shot. Recognising that your cross is taken away from the middle, so you've got to go even steeper cross. And just with...
As Lawrence spreads it out to the far side, but only into the block of McGovern and Scott. And the Malory block has been a big differentiator in this game. 10th block kill for the Eagles.
Yeah, and
quite the deepest team. We'll give that to side out as Sierra with a misplayed serve receive, but again, Essex scrambling into the block. Rubinova's going to call for it as Batiste makes the dig. Another longer rally. Allen from the pipe. Great attempt by Lawrence, and Diaz Infante can't quite keep it up. But you can really feel like Malory trying to target Molly Lawrence's defence, but she's done a good job holding up, but it's forcing the Rebels out of system.
yeah, and I think Malory are really running that pipe ball well.
As Cruz sent shambling off to her left, and Diaz Infante, one of those half swings. Allen down the line.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. You know, you saw Allen jumping into the ball there, turning her body last second, accessing that line shot.
Just a 6th kill for Chloe Allen. Diaz Infante. Cruz able to get to it. Allen again into the block of Freda Schofel. That's her 2nd block kill of the game. And the Rebels trying to stay alive. Have no serving sub. Finds Cruz. Perfect pass. McGovern gets cheeky. Great rescue by Kat Tolley. That's making a highlight reel. And the Rebels win the point. Lazard is blocked.
Yeah, I mean, great reading there. Yeah, it's rare that you see a middle maker pick up like that.
It's Borovic getting there, finding the line, and maybe, just maybe, that's the momentum shift for the Rebels that they need. It's got to be now if they want to try and rescue anything out of this game. Borovic, sorry, Tolly clips the net cord. Lazard into the block again. Borovic and Freda Schofel combining for the 2nd time in a row.
Makes things interesting now, level playing field.
Timeout Jefferson Williams, 21 apiece. Jumper is off on Claire Kellum. Batiste does well to avoid the net touch. Diaz Infante with the dig. Borovic's going to get the swing. Diving play by McGovern, can't get there, and Essex Rebels take it 23-25.
As close as you like. Well, he said
3 errors on 41 swings. As for Malory, it was 14 kills, 7 errors for the Eagles. So those hitting errors just starting to creep in, and obviously credit the block as well, as Diaz-Infante gets the block touch to go out of bounds and really throw the chauffeur and Tolly. 3 kills, 2 errors, but also been blocked 4 times. So not her best offensive outing, but Rebels do lose defense with her off the court, but won't need it here as they get the free ball. Whitaker, big dig. Chichko able to keep it alive temporarily, but Allen can't quite get there. And a huge swing for the young outside.
That's great, Sway. I mean, having the confidence to come in. Again, 4th set, you're already 2 sets down to these teams. Able to come in and produce a swing like that, that's fantastic.
And neither Rebels or Lionhearts could overtake on points. Essex could tie, but it would be Malory to drop points in all 3 games, 3-0. And then the calculator's out on set quality. So likely Malory Eagles to clinch a top 2 spot. But Leela Whitaker's trying to say Rebels are alive for a top 2 spot.
Yeah.
There's another kill.
That's fantastic. First year able to come in, produce 3 swings, 3 kills.
And timeout, Jefferson Williams to talk it over with his team. With the Rebels at 32 apiece. Rebels will have a game in hand if they were to not pick up a point here. As Diaz-Infante with the kill, beating Chloe Allen. So the race for 4th not over, and obviously 2 massive games next week as well. Here at the Essex Sport Arena, it's Essex side out. And at Ernest Bevan College, Malory will host Lionhearts, the top 4 going at it next week.
A point like that by digging out the side.
As tied up at 13 apiece. That timeout for Jefferson Williams worked to treat as Diaz-Infante again seeing the ball. Baptiste cross court. She'd replace Kellum in the timeout. She gets the kill.
Yeah, and like we were saying at the start of the game, talking about this 5-1 system, 4-2 system, you can see that Jefferson's now thought, okay, we need a bit more firepower front court now, and opted for the 5-1. And there you go, you see the fruits of that decision.
5-1, and Baptiste can still set if needed as well.
Yeah.
Lovely luxury, and she'll get a second swing and beats Borovec, and Selena Baptiste made a huge impact off the bench. That's kill number 4. And just a third. Probably not going at Sierra, and Lazard finds the line.
Yeah, and like you say, very hard to score an ace against Sierra. Giving a good pass in, gives you the option to run that middle. Probably just want to get the job done now.
Baptiste has to hold a stride, overplay by Whitaker. Diaz-Infante, big save. Boyce gonna set it, be patient. Set for Selena Baptiste, and she beat Whitaker down the line. Selena Baptiste again, huge impact off the bench. She's up to 7 points. For the Rebels.
That was a great touch.
Brunette, her first action of the game. Allen into a monster by Tolly. Diaz-Infante nearly knocks us to the floor in celebration. Watch this, don't just watch the block, watch the celebration, buddy, opposite, as we don't quite see it on the replay. Go back on YouTube, you scramble back 20 seconds and you'll see Diaz-Infante nearly knocking her middle over. Weekend, presumably on the 23rd, since Dark Star play on the 22nd. And they will travel to Derby for a place in the final as Chloe Allen had a timeout. Who's been a little bit quiet. Monster cross court.
That's a big swing. Like you say, coming out the timeout there, putting that ball down with emphasis.
Sierra. McGovern, Lazard into the block, 24. And that's the issue. Tolly's just ball in play at this point, don't make an error, and she picks out the best receiver in the league.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
Malory fully in system.
It goes back to their best attacker at the moment, Lazard in the middle.
Borovec, roll shot. McGovern picks it up. Sierra Allen, roll shot, one-handed pancake by Borovec. Diaz Infante into the block, but Malory have the momentum. Lazard, Borovec a hand again. Lazard with the winner.
And that's a great play. Great play again. Just on the knife's edge this game, isn't it? You can go either way.
Shishko's match point, Malory. Borovec. Back row attack straight at Sierra McGovern. Batiste for the game, picks out Lawrence. Out of system Rebels, it's going to be 3-ball. Batiste calls for it. Is it going Lazard? No. Batiste with the one-handed tip. Van Lazard is a fake. Borovec into the block of Lazard and Batiste. Match over. Malory win.
And that's a statement to make there with that block.
Get to see match point again. Rebels out of it for a long while, but Selena Batiste with the block to win it. Welcome back to the Essex Sport Arena. Malory Eagles finding a 3-1 victory over the Essex Rebels, 26-24 in the fourth. Joined by our player of the game, Selena.
Oh, thank you.
Impact on the bench. How important is the depth of this team?
I think it's the most important thing we have. It's our truest value. Just being able to play any lineup and have success and have a first squad with any lineup that we have out there really is, I think, our strongest value. It comes in practice and everything. So.
And talk about the mentality for you. Different role this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been splitting second time before, but now getting a chance at the opposite position. How much has that kind of freshened you up for this stretch run?
Oh, I love it. It's definitely like giving me a new boost halfway through the season, you know, getting to just do something else and kind of keep it fresh, like you say, and switch it up. I've been enjoying it, definitely.
8 points off the bench, crucial, but what was the talk about set 3 and trying to park it to get momentum back in early in set 4?
Just kind of acknowledging our errors. I think during that set we acknowledged that they picked it up a little bit, but we definitely made a lot more errors, and people coming in off the bench, kind of, myself included, need to be a bit sharper. So just cluing in on that and picking up on what we needed to fix, really.
And obviously, big month ahead, trying to get momentum. You've got Cup semi-final to look forward to. You're trying to put pressure on side out next week. You've got a big one against Lionheart, who have clinched top 4 spot. So how much about this is rolling in momentum, because I know you want to make momentum last year at Final 4.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we just want to go into that playing our very best volleyball, so I think it's just about making sure that whoever's on the court, no matter what it is, that we're playing as a collective team and really just making sure that we're smashing whoever's in front of us.
I can see
building that confidence, really.
And some of the celebrations down there.
Yeah.
I'm sure
everybody's excited about that one.
I'm sure Jeff's got a headache again. More selection issues with the way everyone played.
Exactly. I know. That's tough on him this year. We give him an even harder job, but that's the whole point, right?
Yeah, indeed. And obviously, big game next week as well.
Yeah,
I know you're doing a showcase down at Colton, so important to get everyone down for that one.
Yes, exactly. We should have a pretty good crowd. It will be good to just have everybody there and just really build some momentum going into everything.
Well, that will bring us coverage here. Finished at the University of Essex. Big week for Malory. 3-2 victory for the men, 3-1 for the women over Essex Rebels, and that will conclude our Super League live coverage for the season. We'll be back, Crystal Palace, April the 5th, April the 6th. Selena will be there. We will be there from the entire Volleyball England stream team. Thank you, and we'll see you at Final 4.